to the beginning of the month reading for September. I hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. Best message. Best message for the beginning of the month. Let's go. Giving and receiving coming out. Oh, I like that. But I kind of don't like that, though. It's just opening up with her, having a tower moment. There's something about this situation where you want them to give and you want to receive. It's like, I'm giving to you, but I want you to give back to me. There is no generosity within this situation, but it feels like you really want this generosity, and you've been very open. You've been opening up your heart to the situation with the Four of Pentacles over here. It almost feels like you were holding tight for a long time, but you know what? It was almost like, it's weird because as soon as I start really opening up, then you stop doing so. I don't know what's really going on over here. We're going to pull a few more cards because it's causing a tower, and now it's feeling hopeless, helpless, and hopeless. Was there a time that they were giving and receiving, and you're still opening up to give, but they don't want to give back? So it's causing this tower moment within the two of you, and you're feeling like this is very hopeless, but you are trying to manifest that this will continue to keep going. But you see that they are moving on with the Eight of Cups. You don't see them standing around. You don't see that. We'll have the clarity of the belief with the Ace of Swords over here of what is going on within the situation. So let's dig deep over here and figure out what is the clarity of belief. Because it does feel like, I'm giving to you. Why did you stop giving? It's almost like you guys could be dealing with a Taurus, and they do feel like they don't have the long-term vision anymore. They don't feel like there is any reward in this situation. So it does feel like you are continuing to keep giving where they just don't really want to give back now. And it just feels like they're distracted. They have other things they want to do. And I don't think you're seeing it either. You're like, well, I'm not going to plant seeds in here anymore. Time to stop planting the seeds because it's feeling hopeless and helpless over here to this point of even, why am I even absolutely giving my love away? Why am I even here, even trying to give away this love? So it feels in the end, when the tower comes, that it was just a bad choice. What was the bad choice? To continue to keep trying to plant seeds with someone who just does not want to return the love, who does not want to return the affection. So it becomes helpless and hopeless. So you're just kind of sitting within your own inner quiet power over here, knowing that you're having some kind of emotional disruption. Okay. And the solar plexus over here is looking outward for ideas, manifesting for either new love or new excitement, new potential partners, with the Page of Wands. Now, mind you, it could be you or them, right, who's moving on over here, meditating and contemplating to move on within this time period. So someone right now is starting to think whether or not, whether this is in the next 4 days, 3 days from now, whether or not they should actually disconnect themselves because it is hopeless and helpless, and that this is just not going to work. Having the clarity and the understanding that there was some kind of greediness, there could be some overspending, some stinginess going on. They feel like they're very distracted by whatever else is distracted, or they could feel like you are distracted, whether that's you or them. You're just looking for your harmony. You wanted your homecoming. It looks like you want, the best of life. You want your joy and harmony within the situation, but you're just, you want them to give and receive to you, but this is not happening. And it looks like you might even be trying to manifest them back to do so, or they are manifesting you back to do so. So it feels like someone is looking for freedom and the other one wants to manifest you back, or manifest the relationship to fix itself, okay? So somebody has insecurities and they're walking away. I think they're going to walk away, and I think you're going to notice this, but I think you're like right there with it. because you understand your own personal values. They have too many insecurities. You know, there's almost like it's not fixed with the tower. Yeah, with the tower over here, it's just not fixing itself. It's just not. So it looks like you're just going to go silent from this person and retreat because it just keeps collapsing. It keeps having its own disaster. But somebody has a little fear of the change. They don't want to let this go, even though they're in their quiet power and they're not, kind of refusing to. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like, I don't want to give and take to you. I don't want to give to you, but I don't want to release you either. That's the insecurity. Codependency. That's what it is. It's codependency. And you just want the love and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. I think it's really them who's codependent because I have the devil coming out. And I really do feel, because I feel like we've had this reading before once, you know, a couple of months ago, to where it was kind of like the same exact thing. They're kind of holding on, but they want to keep making this tower. You try to rebuild it, it's not working. So now it's just to the point to where it's just to the point where it's like becoming this attachment that you just want to break free of so that you can go have your own Ace of Cups. And it's like, yeah, I wanted it to work, but every time it keeps working, we keep having a tower. We keep having a problem. So it's almost like now I just have to detach from the situation because it's just definitely not working. Okay. I really do feel like that's what the situation is. For some of you, it is a marriage and there's going to be a divorce in the situation. Yeah. Clarify on this situation, please. Yeah, the chemistry is like, it's dying. Yeah, somebody is still trying to keep an open mind to the situation and wants to come back to have a heart-to-heart conversation about this, but it's all because of the codependent. It's almost like every time, you know what it is? It's almost like every time you try to free yourself, yeah. And it's like they don't want to work with it. They don't want to give. They don't want to do this and that. And then once you tell them goodbye and you tell them you're going to leave, they come back and they show their insecurities and codependencies and want to start talking about the situation. But then it just feels like as soon as it all kind of works out a little bit again, it ends up in a tower again, because you're going to have a tower here and you're going to have a tower here. And whether this is the tower in the past and this is the tower now, it doesn't matter. You have two towers. Tower after tower. You see what I'm saying? So, and it just feels like that's how it's going. This whole relationship is just one tower after another. Okay, so detox your friendships. Wow, okay. Couldn't say it probably any better than that with the devil over here. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you are spending time. So be discerning about your association and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Now that's interesting in that it's generous. This is a card of generosity. If I give to you, you're generous enough to give back to me, right? I support you, but you're not supporting me. Wow. Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.